Make a start, okay.
Hello.
So yeah, Irene, just tell us a bit about how you came into being a land army girl.
Well, first of all, like I say, I wanted to go into the Wrens. And my dad says, no, Irene, you're not going to go into the Wrens. He says, I got 4 sons in the army, and he says, it'd be nice for you to go in the land army. I don't want to go in there. And anyway, off I went. The first place I was visited to Stratford on Avon. And I didn't know where the heck I was going. I was on the train on my own, you know, all the way from Lemington down to Birmingham. And when I got there, I had to walk from Henley Norden up to the Oldberrow. That was the name of the big house. And when I saw it, I thought, wow, you know, never seen a place like it. It was wonderful. Anyway, knocked at the door, and the warden came to the door and said, yes, I've just joined the land army, I've come to stay here. And she said, oh, come in and have a cup of tea, and made it at home straight away. And it started from there, you know, and I thought, hey. And then the girls started coming after that, meeting everybody. It was lovely.
And so how long were you at Stratford upon it?
I was there for 3 years. And then, like I say, we stationed in Henley Norden for a year. That closed down. We were all shipped to Hayden Bridge. And yeah, and these were the gang we all met. Lovely lot. I never fell out with any of them. Because they used to say, get on the piano, Irene, when they found out that I could play the piano. And they're all dancing and stuff. Happy crowd. Really lovely.
Okay, so what did you do?
There were so many jobs that we had, you know. You never knew what you were going to go at, you know. They used to put a rota up in the hall, and you had to go and say where you were going to go. If it was about 2 miles radius, you know, we used to go on bicycles. And over than that, we used to get the big trucks and go in the trucks, and used to drop us off at different farms. And then they would tell you what they wanted us to do. It was either planting or, you know, cleaning the fires and washing the dairy products and things like that. It was quite interesting.
And tell us about the lambs, Irene.
Oh yes. Well, we used to have to bring them into the world and then feed them and clean them. And I used to nurse them all the time, you know, and give them the little bottles and things like that. And anyway, there was once we had to help the one of the heifers to have a car. Well, honest, it was having difficulty in getting it come out. And I had to tie a rope on the ankles of the car to pull it out. And when they were doing that, the tears was coming down my cheeks. I was feeling sorry for the calf, you know. And it was really, when it came, I stroked it and brushed it, and it was lovely. I was in the land only 6 years. I loved every minute. I couldn't have been better. Straight, you know, the welcomed you to, you know, straight away, cups of tea and chatting. You know, it soon got into the atmosphere. It's really nice.
Okay, and then tell us about, you went down to the bull ring?
Oh yes.
Okay, so maybe
we found out that there was going to be a big party at the bull ring in Birmingham. So we hitchhiked a ride from Hayden Bridge down to Birmingham. It was good going to the hotels and singing and dancing. It's a good atmosphere, meeting people. There's so many things that she used to do, you can't remember them all, you know. I mean, that's going back a long time. When we went to the Albert Hall, you know, and there was a big party on for all the different hostels. And I thought, I'm going to go and have a coffee. So I went up to the buffet. And I'm standing at the buffet waiting for my coffee. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to see any of my friends, you know. And I just happened to look over, and the door opened, and 3 of the girls from Stratford and Avon walked in, and they saw me standing at the bar, and all of them, Shorty! And I turned around, and the tears was coming down my cheeks, you know, because I hadn't seen them for a few years, you know. And you sort of got out of touch with them, you know. And when they saw me standing there, Trotty! It was lovely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. But so that would have been great 24 years after the end of the war.
Yes, that's right.
To be able to see your pals
That's what
again.
I say when I saw these girls coming in, you know. Like, I hadn't seen them for that many years. And all different, the hair's different colours.
Had families, got married.
Got married and families, same as me.
Do you want me to talk about your medals, Irene? There we go, bring these up onto here.
That's the one that we got when we first went in. But these ones, that one I think I got from the Albert Hall. And I'm trying to think of the name that the lady that introduced, you know, everybody sort of was introduced to her. You know, you just have to stand in a queue and just shake hands with her. But I'm forgetting her name, it's funny.
He had the Lord Mayor of London and a message from Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother.
Yes, she was there.
Well, tell us a bit about that then.
Yeah, well, we weren't sort of introduced to her. It was just, she made a little speech, you know, and thanked everybody for doing a grand job. And it was nice what she said to everybody. Then we were told that would be picked up with one of the trucks from Haltwhistle to go to the farms with 1 or 2 of the Germans. I used to think, oh my God, working with Germans, you know. Well, you heard of that many stories what the Germans did. You used to think everybody was horrible, you know. And once you started working with them, you're a bit shy of them at first, but soon got to know them, you know. And got to know their names, and then every morning when you were picked up with the trucks, you'd say, oh, good morning, Ralph, or something like that, whatever the names were, you know. And they were really good to work with, hard-working lads. They wouldn't let you do anything heavy. If it was too strenuous, they would say, Irene, leave that, I'll do that. And they were pretty good to work with. Couldn't fault any of them. And we were sorry when they were all shipped back home, you know. Like I say, I had a lovely letter from Rolf Sprengel that I used to work with. He was a lovely chap. And I says, well, you'll be going home to your mum and dad now. He says, yes. And he was looking forward to going back home. Naturally, when he'd been in the hospital all that time. You know, 2 years we worked with them. And I enjoyed it.
And that was the end of the war. When Ralph then.
That's right. When they were all repatriated back. Germans, they were just like your brothers. You know, they were really happy, and it was nice meeting them, saying good morning. We said good morgen. They used to try and talk German, you know. I haven't got my own teeth still. That's the one thing in my life I've always regretted, not having my own teeth. When they said that your gums was residing, you know, and getting by your ear, and I said, you'd far better off having your teeth out. And I said, I don't want my teeth out. And I cried, and I was a softie.
You look really good.
I had 4 brothers in the army, and one of them, he was wounded when he was in abroad somewhere, and he was shipped by helicopter back to England, and Robert called him. I remember one day when there was an air raid, and we were supposed to be in the, you know, there was a place just in the bottom of the garden where we could go in, you know, like a little shelter. And me dad and me was just standing outside the door because we could hear this plane. And then there was a big bang, you know, and they caught the plane. And me dad, he was blind, you know, but he could hear the sound of the plane. And he says, oh, they've got him, they've got him. And you could just see the plane coming down with the flames and everything. Yeah, that was one thing that always stuck in your mind, you know, and that's part of the war.
Can I ask, Irene, what became of your other brothers in the war? Did they all make it back?
All of them, bless them. Mm-hmm. One was in the Royal Marines, and 2 was in the Northumberland Fusiliers. And I don't know what the other one was. I'm forgetting now what it was. But yes, they all made it, but all did but jobs. I mean, when I used to go down, I had my uniform on, walking down the street, everybody spoke to you, you know. Hello, how are you getting on, and all the rest. Everybody's friendly. It's nice. I think in the war days, you know, it made people like that, you know. Especially when you got on the train to go down to Birmingham. It was always full of airmen or soldiers, and if you couldn't get in the doors, they used to pull you in through the windows, which was a laughing minute. Sometimes your leg got stuck or something like that, and I said, can I get my leg over? You said, never mind, you get your leg over sometime. Oh dear, it was laughing minutes.
Can you tell me, was there a moment you remember where your whole family came back together after the war? You know, for your parents to have...
My dad got on the piano, and he was playing the piano. We were all having a sing-song. Mum put a little party on for it. It was lovely.
Good. So tell us about the end of the war, Irene.
Yeah.
What happened?
Well, when we got word to say that the war was over, well, everybody was rejoicing and singing and laughing. You know, it was a lovely atmosphere. And I had a big party at the hostel. And you say, all right, Irene, get on the piano and we'll have a bit sing-song. So it didn't matter where I went, they knew that I played the piano. And there wasn't many played the piano in them days, you know. Used to plunk away. Happy times.